Hello, and welcome back to Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice. We are just starting to... We have just adjourned because we needed more information on the... on... Oh right, there was another person in the room. That's why. So we're going to go find out more information about the other person that was in the room. Which, according to previous statements, there wasn't, but I just figured there was anyway, so... April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court will now recom... Did they proofread this game? I'm not sure they did. Court will now reconvene. Court. Just gonna... I think actually that's pretty good. Unless... Yeah, no, actually it's supposed to be a bit further... Oh wait, no. Oh, the top screen is actually too small for this now. Strange. Just gonna... This one... Boop. Well, there we go. Has our witness, Olga Orley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again.
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne.
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Olga Orley take the stand.
Very well, the witness will take the stand.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser. Yet not.
Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orly.
Oh, oh really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like oh really. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrication will have serious consequences.
Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim?
Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, and really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand. And then deal five aces during one of the games. When their hands was revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
You swapped the cards.
Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card?
Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orly.
Really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil masterman shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad, you hear me? I'm bad!
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
The best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect! I tell you! Perfect! If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up... Look who's talking! Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? With defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? You're not wrong, Justice, you're not wrong. The best laid traps.
This planted card, which card was it exactly? The trump card! The 5 of hearts!
The 5 of hearts? Why would it be the 5 of hearts?
Let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house.
Huh?
At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
I slid it into Wright's pocket.
When was this?
Why, before the match, of course, while he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club we serve borscht.
And suckers! Remind me never to go there.
Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken.
I think you've got your act a bit too into your system. You need to get it out.
And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him.
So, everything went according to plan.
Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Then the extra card was found in his pocket. Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose. Tell us, what happened with the search?
But the planted card was gone! The trap failed!
The card disappeared?
Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone! Without a trace! Poof! Zippo! We searched every nook and cranny. Even inside his cute little hat.
But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct?
Never in my long storied career. Never has quick fingers Orley been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant?
So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action.
The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it.
Wait, isn't that a little odd?
What's odd?
You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
Well...
What was that just now? I sensed something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Press harder. Mr. Orley, you're hiding something! What are you talking about? You... Me? Quick fingers, Orley? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it. Honest. I saw it when Mr. Wright hit him. With my own eyes. I saw it. What's with this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Oh yeah, she was. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? Whoa, what's going on? This sensation. It's coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit. Like I couldn't before. Perceive? Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what she's babbling about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us. Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the memory of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall that crime, the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left the inerasable impression on your neck is this. I mean, I only have one weapon. Right? Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle? The murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. You don't say. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet, I am know nothing. We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please. Now. Bah, fine. They just wanted to show off that animation again. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Oh. Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony has not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Quite. Yeah, I Wait. You seem uneasy. You try sitting up here. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all... Yeah, I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. It contradicts the evidence. I did not read any of that, but... What was that? Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony. She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts this. Oh. Now there is actually a... Ooh, gotta be certain about this. I mean... He wasn't even on the same floor. Take that! No? Take that! Take that! Okay, it doesn't work. Just pretend it worked. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. Wait, what? Yeah. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made the phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Shutdown time. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets! Check his pockets now! It's gone! The card's gone! You lose. Ah! Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right. And he hit me! I knew it. You, some master of cheating you should be. Ah! When I came to, the victim was already dead. Oh, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who it was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness! This is utter madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me. It must have been me who was hit with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat liar. What? 3 were in that room that night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouncement of that argument was murder. What? I'm no killer! It's a trap! Someone's trying to frame me! What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before races. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of the card were being used. A 4th person. Ha! This theory again! Your 4th person doesn't exist! Oh. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Just gonna lower main volume basically. There. Yeah, like that. Because I could hear myself peak the microphone when I did that screen. Here, where there is no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? I second that what. Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said? The 4th person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color of the back of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards were used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here, in our courtroom, who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? I know why everyone thought the cards were blue. It's because of this picture right here. Blue cards. The cards are blue, but that's the deck that isn't used. The deck that was used, obviously, because Miss Orley was hit. That, like, the cards she was holding were spread out all over the floor. So they took that deck and put one there. But why would that leave us with anyone? It's not me, I swear! Who is this fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Oh, hey, look. I mean, there is really only two alternatives. It's not him, it's not her. So it's either Christoph Gavin or Winston Payne. And my trusted mentor. Winston did blurt out that it wasn't him. And Gavin shouldn't lie. He didn't say it wasn't him. But I find it very hard to believe. Like, it... I mean, he and Phoenix are friends. Why else would he request justice specifically? Hired at Gavin Law offices. It's gonna have some to drink. See if it works. Take that! Take that! No? The microphone is right here. Well, I guess it doesn't work right now, so... As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or on the table. But look! You can see the colors in this photo. Yes. But when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Did he now? I think actually he did, yes. That is why I got the impression that the cards were blue.
true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game. In the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits. A silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their back, wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Well, Christoph? Was that actually before that photo? Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you?
Oh, Christoph? You know even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I am quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mrs. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is it true that Mr. Wright was staying silent about this? Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happen before that game of poker? Anything happening before that game of poker be related?
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley...
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
I mean, no need is just instant fail, isn't it? Obviously, I'm the defense, I want more testimony. Right? Right. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Et tu, Justice? You would betray me? Your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
Appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Oh! Is that... no? I thought I saw a shadow here before, but I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. Nope, I was completely wrong. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call. To defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder.
I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice. Sir? He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Well, this is your first trial. You don't know if it's just this one or not. Appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. Usual? I always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see, where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner?
Oh, wait. Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Christoph. We dined for 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that, Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. 5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shady Smith may have met?
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear that they just passed in the hall?
That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder.
Oh, it would be, if that was all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright, what are you hiding this time? When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. Oh. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Orly mentioned.
The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was going to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of the games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut.
You swapped the cards!
Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Yes, A harmless prank in essence. What? It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon! That was my thought, yes. I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived.
That sounds like a terrific drama.
A card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Can I... Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. I'm gonna do it before the game wants me to. Oh, no. The game wanted me to now, I think. The bottle is completely empty.
Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits.
But this is courtroom number 2. I don't know how they...
Please revise your testimony with this new information.
I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. I want to see all the... everything they have to say, so... Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew what was coming.
Ho ho! So you struck first. I like that.
I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly, cell phones don't get signal down in the hideouts. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there, in the darkness, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. And when you returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in.
A little?
He was bleeding from his forehead after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. And that's when I made another call to defense attorney Gavin. Wait, so you left again to go up to the second floor so you could make another call? Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Christoph's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Glad
Glad to hear you intend to pay.
Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all.
You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high.
Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about?
Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him, now.
Yes, sir.
I have to think, what's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with this testimony? The truth has to be in there somewhere.
Objection! Why doesn't it work now? It worked perfectly the first 2 times. Is there something in there? I'll try one more time. Objection! No, it's just not working. Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes? I've examined this bottle and I don't see any card in there. No? What? Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in the bottle, however. Huh?
Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out. Oh, and a 6th person could have helped.
Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid the decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh? Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore?
Yeah, no, I get that feeling too.
That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Yes.
Just gonna wind the bottle. Yeah. So there is a second contradiction somewhere. I didn't even see that. It must be the phone again, right? Because he says he made another phone call, but it doesn't say that he went back up. But maybe that's just, you know, like, obviously he went back up to make that phone call. Is there anything to contradict this specific one? No, God no. No, that's horrible. Why would anyone use these? I just wanted to see if there was any filter to make him look more like the screen, but no. I pressed default. Yes, default, there we go. No, I don't think I can actually contradict that. It has to be the... They don't discuss that he does go up to... back up. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I had obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Christoph's law firm and blah blah. Wait. And Smith was uncontrollable. Seems to be sitting quite nicely in this photo. So you mean to say that whoever hit him, like, well, I guess they did put his hat back on, but they actually put him in the chair and pushed it in. I don't know, I'm just gonna... I don't know, that's the only contradiction I can, like, think of, that... Oh, he was so uncontrollable, then why is he sitting in his chair? Right? Or am I gonna lose some credibility for this? Dang it! Not at all. Mr. Justice, please think over the facts before making accusations. I don't think that one made any points with the judge. Wait, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. Wait, hold on a second here. You see what it says? No, wait. No, wait. I thought it said sharp force trauma. But no, it was blunt. Well, anyway, my point still stands that I was going to make. That I have made before. If his head is so bloody, how come the bottle is clean? Huh? The bottle is empty, but it's also clean. There is nothing. There is no blood on it. How could there be no blood on a bottle if there was blood streaming from his head? From the wound it made. I mean, not even a speck? That's gotta be it, right? Nope! No, it wasn't! That wasn't it! Huh? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. You sure about that? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations. Of course I should. Ah, that didn't go so well. No, it didn't. What? Am I meant to just lose here or something? I can't see anything. Wait a second. No, wait, I can't prove anything with time, can I? Even though he was killed somewhere between 1:45 and 2:15. We say 1:45. there's no telling how many hands they played. They might have played like for 2 hours. Although, would you wait that long for like before you cheat? Maybe they played like 2 hands. In which case, 2 hours before, like, let's say 1 a.m. That's 10 a.m. isn't it? No, 11 a.m. or p.m. 11 p.m. That does seem quite late for a Borscht club to be open, but not impossible. Though it is suspicious that he would just walk in like that. Wait. Right, it wasn't sharp force trauma. There was no blood. This must be it, right? Because you see, there is no blood streaming from him, from the wound at all. Please be right. Really? Are you... There is no save states. If I lose, I go back an entire hour because that's when I last saved. Please don't tell me that's how this game works. Please tell me it saves after each testimony. Please. It seems unnecessarily cruel otherwise. I have a feeling it's this that is contradictory somehow. This or the thing... this. One of those two is the one that is contradictory. I don't know how, but I'm telling you, it is. It just is. Of course it is. He said that they met. That they met more than in just the hallway. I don't know. I don't want to lose. But I think I'm gonna have to. There isn't really much more information here, is there? It all seems to be true, doesn't it? But at this point, just like, if I can't find any flaw in this, except that the card wasn't in the bottle, what did that have to do with anything, really? He disposed of the card in the bottle. Would you say you discovered the trap during the game? Wait, what? You discovered it during the game? But you said before that you discovered it beforehand. It might just be, like, the writers, being, weird, but it feels like... It feels like it should be something in this particular statement. Also, yes, the bottle is over at his side of the table. So if you realized it during the game, which it does say here, during the game, then he must have reached over the table, grabbed the bottle, folded up the card, and shoved it in there when the game was on. And it's also bugged me the entire time. Why is the bottle over at his side of the table? Why is the bottle clean?
This might be developers not thinking, but they should have thought about at least, oh, there was blood streaming down his face, but the bottle is completely clean and there is no blood on the picture. Wait, yeah, I did present the bottle at the blood was streaming down the streaming thing, right? And the photo. Well, I mean, I might as well just lose, right? No. I haven't lost yet. I can't figure out what is wrong here. I'm just gonna go for it. Just take this picture and present it. And we're gonna just have like, this evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. No, it doesn't. Oh, really? Oh, well, shit. Well, think better next time. Well, I guess we're gonna see what happens when you lose, aren't we? I'm just gonna present the phone. Because why not? This evidence clearly reveals contradiction. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Smack. That's enough. I see no need to further prolong this trial. The defense's case is insufficient to overturn the prosecution's claim. Really? This court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, guilty. The defendant will surrender himself to the court's care to undergo a regular trial at the High Court within a month's trial. Court is adjourned. Court is adjourned. Of course it is. There is no checkpoint. Load from chapter start. No. Oh, thank goodness. I thought there was... I thought I had to start further back. Okay.
I don't even remember what was the issue here. What the issue was here. Like I said, I'm a pro, that guy, blah blah blah. Right, this is when I figured that out. Yes. Um. Yeah, this. Whoa, what was that? Press harder. Ah, I can just hold down this and it'll fast forward. Perceive. I now get why they added this. In the other games you've been able to have a save. Yes, the bottle. Percent. Oh. Oh. Right, and then the phone. Right, we get to see this cutscene again. I'm not doing the voices this time though.
Yes, it was Christopher Gavin that was there. What if I just say, oh, there is no need to have any further testimony? As much as I'd like to. Oh, well. As much as I'd like to. I'd like it to. I guess the testimony isn't related to the case, per se. Okay, yep, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, why can't I have a normal trial? What is a normal trial, Mr. Justice? Well, the first thing I need to do is just... Wait. Oh! Wait, did I ever press on that? And the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. And I was gonna say he found it in his pocket. And he disposed of it inside of a bottle. Did I ever actually press on that? Press further on that statement. I don't think I did. No. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. Why in the bottle? Yeah, only when you see it coming, or only when you're lucky. and then first of all, I'm not sure if I need to check it first to see that yes, the bottle is indeed empty. Present it, and then the bottle is empty, yes. He says press him harder. I'm just gonna press on everything again. Oh, it would be if that was all that really happened. It is that statement. That specific statement. It is. I need to find evidence. Oh no, the camera's battery is dying. Well, then I need to hurry up and find out why Christopher was there while Shady Smith was also there. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh, well, that's the camera's battery's dead. Uh-huh. I'm thinking, should I just take a break and go charge the camera's batteries for like 10 minutes? That would get me enough to finish this cross-examination and basically nothing else. Just stop. There we go. Right back. said I will. See you in like, I don't know, a few minutes.
let's see if that was enough. We're hoping. It doesn't say it's low on battery, but it should say that in like a minute, so Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. I need to say something that contradicts that. Did I have something in mind before? This is the only thing that has to do with him. Oh, there's the battery. Let's say this. It's wrong. If I don't get it now, it's just a no. I'm just gonna try, just for the sake of trying. This evidence clearly nope. The phone. It doesn't. This doesn't contradict it at all. Does it? There's nothing contradictory about that, with any evidence, is there? Well, that's that again. Well... it wasn't the bottle either. Well, in that case, that is the end. God damn it. Well, guess if you have enjoyed, then please do hit that heart-shaped follow button, and if you want to see more of me, or yeah, see more of it, and hear my voice more, then there's always the YouTube channel where I keep most of my previous streams as VoDs. This one will probably be titled something like The Most Infuriating Ending Ever. Because we have to end because the battery in the camera died. And this isn't like a thought through camera where you can charge the camera through the camera itself. No, of course not. They thought one step further. People don't want that. They want to charge the batteries on the side. So why should they even be able to charge it through the camera? But anyway, if you're already watching this on YouTube, then a like button and subscribe button are always just appreciated, and there's a link in the description down below to the Twitch page. And you never know, I might be live like right now as you're watching this. I'm live on kind of random times, but I'm usually live. I'm always live. I don't know why I keep saying usually. I am always live. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Actually, no, it is usually. Always when there is nothing else coming in the way, which is rarely. At 5 PM European Central Time. I'll have to wait until Wednesday to see if I was right. Well,
bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye.